Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today we are going to be reviewing the new Copper Age update in Minecraft that just came out this morning. I'm really excited to see what's in store for us, so let's just hop straight into the world. Alright, now that we're in the world, we can begin this little showcase I've set up here. So first on our list are these new copper blocks, decorative stuff for the most part. We have new copper lanterns, new copper bars, and new copper, these are the copper bars and these are the copper chains. And copper torches as well, which if I set the time to night, they're still the normal torch glow, they just look different, which is pretty cool. I don't really see much use for the copper torches, and they're just more expensive torches and they look green. But I think the copper bars and the chains as well as the lanterns will come very in handy for decorative stuff for builders. I might release a tutorial on a build I've been working on using this new stuff, which would be pretty cool. I'm really excited for the bars most specifically. I think they're the most versatile out of all of these. But yeah, these are the new decorative blocks, very exciting. They also oxidize over time. As you can see, some of them are already starting to oxidize. So, I mean, you've seen all the oxidation from the other copper stuff. Everyone knows that already, but yes, these also oxidize except for the torches. The lanterns also oxidize, they just haven't yet. Alright, next up we have the shelf. Now, I'm very excited for the shelf item because it's not only is it a new way to display items besides item frames, you can also use it as a quick hotbar, sort of. So if I show you, what you can do with these is you can give them a redstone signal, and as you'll see the back, it turns all into one bar, right? And what you can do with this is you can just right click on it and you get the entire hotbar of items. Now this will be really awesome. I think what you can do with this is, like, let's say you have a combat hotbar, then you have like a farming hotbar and maybe a mining hotbar, and that'll just be really handy for switching out your quick items without having to dig through all your chests for new items. Also, if we turn one of these off, it just works as, you just take one block, you can put it in. You can probably use this for other things, probably a lot of building uses for this. I'm excited to see what builders can come up with. I'm sure there's probably some like crazy redstone stuff you can do with this, with like signal outfits or whatever, but we'll have to see what people do with that, because I am not a redstone genius. So we're actually going to take this hotbar and move on to our next thing. The next items on our list from this Copper Age update are the new tools and armor set. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't really think the tools are that useful because they have the durability of stone tools, but they have a bit better efficiency and enchantability. But honestly, I feel like it's kind of pointless because it's pretty easy to get iron tools, which are just better than all of these. So I don't see the purpose for these. It would be really cool if the armor set and the tools could oxidize like any other per item, but I don't believe they can. At least they haven't been oxidizing while the other decoration blocks over here were. But we also have the copper armor, and now I think this might actually be useful because this is in between leather and iron, right? So maybe instead of getting 24 ingots of iron for an iron set, you can just go straight to copper. And it's a little bit worse. It gives you 5 points of defense, while the iron set gives you 7.5. But it's still viable, definitely better than leather, easier to get than leather with how common copper is. So I think this is a nice addition. The tools are kind of useless, but it's cool to have a new tool set. Now, to move on to the main showcase of the Copper Age update, which is copper golems. So if we go over here, all it takes to make a copper golem is a block of copper as well as a pumpkin, or a carved pumpkin specifically. Kind of like an iron golem, but just with a copper block instead. As you can see, this is the little guy right here, and he will periodically check this chest for any items that you throw in here. And what I have set over here is 3 chests with different various items in them. And what we can do is we can just give him a whole bunch of items that would go in those chests. And if we wait for a moment, yep, he'll come over here, he'll check, he'll pick up the first 16 items in the chest, and then he'll find which chest it goes into. So there wasn't any dirt blocks in this chest, so he goes into this one. No dirt blocks in this one, but this one does have the dirt blocks, so he places them in just like that, and now we have our dirt. He does 16 items at a time, and you can also have multiple copper golems, and you can make this double chest so you have more storage. And both copper golems will work at the same time, out of the same chest with the same setup. I think these are going to be very useful as they give an easier way, honestly, like an early game and way easier sorting system than doing a full redstone build. Now, for extremely large storage, it's probably not going to work because these guys have limits. As in, they'll only check 10 chests before they kind of reset and go back to their copper chest. So the max is really 10 chests per copper golem setup. But they can be useful. And honestly, if you're not doing like a forever world or you're just trying to collect every single item, you should probably be fine with just these guys. And they're just a lot cuter than redstone setups anyways. So yeah, I believe that's it. Oh wait, nope, there is one more thing, is they've added for the F3 screen. Like, you're familiar with this, most people are. What you can do now is if you hold F3 plus F6, you open this customization menu. And basically, you can just customize every single option you see in the F3 menu, and you can either have it show up in the F3 menu. You will take FPS, for example. So right now, it's in F3 mode, so every time you press F3, it'll show up in this top corner up here. But you can either turn it off, so if we turn it off, then we won't see our FPS up in the top corner. Up here, so there's no FPS. Also, if we go back to that menu, F3 plus F6, we can turn it to always, and even when the F3 menu is closed, it will always show up. I'm really excited for that feature. I think it'll make a lot of things more interesting, easier to track stuff. Like coordinates, you can turn your coordinates on permanently, which I think is pretty neat if we find the coordinates. There's also this handy search bar up here, so we don't have to look for everything. Oh, here we go. It's player position. It's not called coordinates, but we can choose this as always. Click done, and now we have our coordinates always up there, which I think is pretty handy. I'll probably end up playing like that. Maybe not if I'm making a video, because it does kind of look ugly, but on my own time, definitely, because that's just super helpful rather than having to go to the F3 menu every single time. But yeah, I believe that is all the main stuff left in this update. It was pretty cool. I think I'm going to enjoy playing in this update. Definitely going to experiment with these cute copper golems, as well as these shelves, and have fun building with these new decorative blocks. I think the next update that's coming out is the Mounts of Mayhem one with the Nautilus and the zombie horse and the spears. I'm extremely excited for that update, and I will 100% be making an update video on that one as well. So until next time, thank you for watching.